I didn't stay in any of them long term because I was rebellious. I didn't want the family that I was with to be my family because I was so anxious to get back to my original family. And how many people already know that sometimes your family probably is not the best thing for you. And if you don't know that already, you will learn as time go on. And I had to learn that by trial and error. I had to go through what I had to go through to learn that. But the reason why I was in care was because I was abused and neglected by my parents, molested, drug abuse, everything. So it was just like a lot of stuff taking place while I was young that led me into care. And then even when I got into care, I just felt like nobody could love me like my family loved me, but my family really didn't love me. So it took a lot of trial and error for me to find out that that's what that was. So on my road to rebelliousness, you know, I ended up getting incarcerated, dropping out of school. I mean, I was terrible. I was freaking terrible. Like, I did everything under the sun. Y'all in here think y'all bad? Try me. I might be looking nice right now, but it had to come through. It had to come through me recognizing who I want to be and not who I'm trying to be. And at 14, 15, we're still, that age is like, you're still trying to find yourself, who you guys are, still trying to love yourself. At that age, I did not love myself. I swear, I couldn't even look in the mirror and tell myself that I was beautiful. It took until, 2-3 years ago for me to actually say, you are somebody. And for some of us, it might take that long. Some of us, it might not. Some of us might get it like tomorrow, but for me, it didn't come that easy. It had to come through a lot of strife, a lot of fighting, and everything. And it hurt. It hurt so bad because I felt like nobody loved me. I felt like nobody loved me. And because of that, I didn't even know how to love myself. So therefore, I allowed men to abuse me because I was abused when I was young. And I basically became a statistic at that time. And I don't know if y'all know what that means, but that means becoming a product of your environment. So I became, thugging, smoking, drinking, cussing. I ended up dressing like a boy because I wanted to be rougher than a girl because I felt like if you were a girl, you could be taken advantage of. And all of these things, it was really ridiculous because I didn't know who I was at that age, at 14, 15, 16, 17. And sometimes y'all gotta realize that the stuff that y'all do now, it will catch up to you, it will keep following you and everything. So it was only until then I was introduced to God. I don't know if y'all have been introduced to God, Allah, whoever y'all want to call him, but it was only then when I was introduced to him that I realized my purpose in life, that I had a purpose, that my past cannot define me. I can define my past by who I become now. And because I had went through a lot of stuff, I tried to commit suicide like 5 times. When you go through things like that, you might have to feel like you have to survive. So that's all I was focused on. I was focused on surviving. I didn't care what nobody had to say to me. I just had to survive. I didn't care. You could tell me that you love me, I look at you and say you phony. Like, that's how real it was. It was just like I never thought anybody could love me the way that I guess my parents could. And they didn't love me, and I had to find that out. They didn't like me. So that's just a little bit about my past. And the DVD would have said more, but I can't get it to play right now. But it was some steps I had to take to get to where I am. And I sat back and I thought about what was the steps that I took to get to where I am now. So it can be helpful to you guys because I don't know your circumstance, I don't know what y'all going through, I don't know what y'all might have been going through, but for the rest of the remainder of my speaking time here, I'm going to acknowledge you guys as my queens. How many of you guys in here see yourselves as queens? Yes. I saw a lot of hands go up and I didn't see a lot of hands go up. And the only reason why I want to acknowledge you guys as my queens today because you guys are more than what you think you are sitting in these chairs right now. When you guys were going around the room introducing yourselves, I saw a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence in who you guys think you are. You should be proud to say your name. You should be proud to say your age. You should be proud of who you are. You should be able to look in the mirror and say, I am somebody. And if you can't do that, that means it's issues inside that you have not yet dealt with. Whether it's anger, whether it's unforgiveness, it's a lot of things that at this young age, people think that y'all not going through nothing. I'm here to say that I know that y'all probably going through a lot. More than what I think I went through at that age. I can't say everybody has a story, so I'm not downplaying y'all's story. Because your story probably can impact my life too if I sat down and listened to it. So y'all don't have nothing to prove here today because y'all all my queens. Y'all my queens in training. That's what I'm gonna call y'all today. So by the end of my speaking time here, I at least want y'all to know that y'all are beautiful, powerful, and you guys will be somebody. People tried to tell me that when I was broken, when I was hurt and everything, and I did not believe them. Why? Because I didn't believe in myself. So I just want y'all to not pay attention to them and just pay attention to what's going on right there, right here, right now, what I'm talking about, because these are distractions. And they're trying to keep y'all from getting what y'all need to get today. And if y'all let them take it from y'all, then y'all gonna lose out. And y'all gonna be like left out in the water. The reason why they're not in here is because they're not chosen to be in here. They're not set apart to be in here. I believe that everybody in here is in here for a reason. And y'all need to grab something. And if y'all don't grab it today, you might miss it and you might have to go through trial and error. So if I can stop you from having to go through that trial and error, trust me, I will do everything in my power to say what I had to say today so that y'all don't have to go through what I may have went through. Because it wasn't fun, it wasn't easy, and if I could turn back the hands of time and like do it all over again, I swear to goodness, it was some things that I probably would not have touched and would not have done. And whatever y'all are so quick and fast to get to, slow down. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. So let me, who want to be my reader for number one, for step one? These are 7 steps, and the only reason why I say 7 because the number 7 is spiritually it means the number of completion. So I believe by the 7th step, you guys should be completed within yourself to understand a little bit more about what y'all may be struggling with, whether it be mentally, emotionally, whatever. So who wants to be my reader? I saw your hand. Can you read number 1 for me?
Like this whole okay?
No, just read the number 1, that sentence, that number 1.
Become self-aware and admitting there are holes in our life.
Okay, what did you get out of that? Becoming self-aware and admitting there are holes in your life.
Like,
what do I mean by holes?
Like it's more to your life is just they're out there and they notice. Like things that you should care about more than what you care about now.
Right. And what I mean about holes, let me tell you, depression is a hold. Fear is a hold. Self-esteem is a hold. Promiscuity, being promiscuous is a hold. All of those things are hold. Those are things that got you locked down, and that's why you can't move forward or see past where you are. So that's what I mean by holds. Point 1 says family generational holds. You guys are not with your brothers and sisters right now, are you not?
I'm with my sisters right now.
Figuratively, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about brothers and sisters as far as blood, family, things like that. Y'all not with your brothers and sisters right now. You not? They're not here right now in this room. Right. The only reason why they're not here in this room is because y'all, like me, have been taken from them and set apart. And let me tell you what's great about being set apart. It's because you get stuff that they can't get. You get love, you get pushed, you get educated like they can't get. And when you go back to them, they will never understand what you got because you've been taken away. And let me tell you about my struggle. When I go back to my family members, I am so definitely looked at like you phony, you fake, you this, you that, you think you better than me, all this stuff. Why? Because I choose not to smoke anymore. I choose not to gangbang anymore. Why? Is that what makes me phony? Okay, well, if that's so, well, then you keep the phoniness and I'll stay over here. But the only reason why, like myself, you guys are here is because y'all been set apart. It's people in here like Kim and other counselors in here that want to push y'all to be great. And y'all might look at them and be like, oh, you know, they don't understand this, that, and third. No. Maybe y'all don't understand what they're trying to do. They're taking it out of their time, out of what they could be doing. They may be getting paid or as a job to them, but they chose this job because they care about individuals. They care about humans. They don't care about money or a piece of paper. Because I don't think any money in the world can have them dealing with the frustrations that I know that 14, 15, to 16-year-old young girls can be putting you through right now. Pretty sure.
We're good.
Let me tell you what good is. Get in line. Okay. Go to bed. Okay. If you do anything other than just say okay, you giving some trouble. You giving some trouble. But family generational holes is basically what your families are going through. Some of y'all said y'all from Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. I understand some of the mentalities of Baltimore. Some of y'all said y'all from PG. I understand some of the mentalities from PG. They're not too far off. But this generation, I understand it wholeheartedly. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's some things that y'all family might be going through, like maybe it's drugs, maybe it's gangbanging, maybe it's getting pregnant at an early age, maybe it's keep going to jail. Those things are cycles, those things are holes that y'all not a part of right now. Anybody here got a record?
You mean like school record? Okay. You mean like school record?
Anybody got a criminal record in here? Anybody been to jail? Anybody want to go to jail? Anybody think they tough enough to go to jail? That's fine. I'm glad that you think like that. I need you to not think like that because it's not a fun place to be. And I'm not saying that you can't make it in there. You probably can, but I don't think you want to go.
You right.
Intimate relationship holes, friendship holes, environment holes, victim blaming holes, and mental holes. And I'm not saying that none of y'all struggle with all of these things, but if you go down a list, it might be something on there that you can relate to. And I'm not going to tap into all of them, but I'm going to focus in on the ones that I think that I need to focus in on today, like boys. My queens in training. It's a respect thing here. When someone is talking to you, I know y'all not.
Be quiet.
So mine's a whole bunch of noise right now. Did I touch a topic that was so like crazy right now?
Yes.
No? Alright. Let's talk about intimate relationship holes, and let's talk about understanding your self-worth. Because moving forward, especially in this boy era, it's gonna really help us. Intimate relationship holds, and let me talk about them. My mother, she prostituted. My mother, she had a lot of kids. I'm one of them. And let me tell you about a cycle or a hole. I could have had children, but I didn't. Thank you, God. I should have, but I didn't. Thank you for the block. I could have had STDs, AIDS, whatever you want to call it, from turning tricks, doing whatever I had to do out there to survive, to make sure I ate, to make sure I had clothes on my back, to make sure, guess what, I had weed, cigarettes, drink. I could have allowed all of those things to take me out, and God could have too, but he didn't. So I'm really thankful for that. But when it comes to boys, I don't think I ever think I was like really, really boy crazy. I know we had some boys that we liked. But I don't think it ever became a point where it affected who we were at that time, like our education or our grades. Y'all get dressed up every day not to impress each other. Who do y'all get dressed up to impress?
Myself.